Everyone, thanks for joining me today. And before we get started, I'm going to say hashtag 2 taps. That means don't worry about smashing the like button or subscribe button, but just 2 gentle taps. 1, to subscribe to the channel if this is your first time here, and the second one, to give the video a like. So now let's get started. Hi guys, Eileen Smith here, and today I want to share with you a different side of me. Camera switching, that's one of the really cool things that you can do with EcammLive using a technology called NDI, but we'll talk more about that later. Let's go back to the other view. There are so many incredible features in EcammLive. So before we go any further, I want to remind you that you can get EcammLive if you have a Mac. And the link for that is ileane.link/EcammLive. That's ileane.link/EcammLive. Now, one of the beautiful things I love about EcammLive is you don't even have to go live in order to take advantage of it. In fact, right now I'm in the record only mode. So that's how I'm making this tutorial. But next, I want to show you one of my favorite features of the new iteration of EcammLive. And that's the screen share of my phone. Now, you guys have seen me do this before, but now all I have to do is plug in my phone, connect it with my Mac with USB, and I don't have to use QuickTime or Air Server or Reflector 3. I can get rid of all those apps if I want to, because EcammLive is going to bring in the phone natively. And what I can do now is move it around as I want. I can resize the window as I want. Let me just explain and describe to you a little bit about how it looks on the back end. In the screenshot, you see there at the very bottom, in the middle, you see the different cameras that I'm able to choose from. And you see there on the left is the iPhone, and on the right is my Logitech BRIO webcam. And so that's how I'm able to just do the screen share. The other option I could use, instead of doing picture-in-picture mode, I can just do side by side. For example, if I wanted to do a tutorial about Anchor, I will move things over. So this way, if I wanted to show you guys anything about how to create an episode or how to use all the various tools inside of Anchor, I could easily do that without worrying about you being able to see what's going on my screen. One last thing before I go, I want to show you all of the options that we have available in our preferences on EcammLive. You can go into the General tab and you'll see the sound effects and show controls on other apps. And those are just some of the things you have in the general settings. Then also the stream. You can set the stream size. You can set the stream shape. You can say whether you want to use the high quality video or high quality audio. Let's move over to the video mode, and you can do different things like the fading in and the fading out and auto playing videos as soon as you bring them into your show. Screen sharing mode, whether you're going to have a background or controlling of the audio. And then with the screen sharing, you can get rid of those desktop icons, add margins, make your cursor really big. Oh, so many features inside of Ecamm. Let's go over to Facebook, and you can do the cross-posting to your business pages automatically. You can go live to 2, 3, 4 pages at once. Then on the Periscope side, It will automatically share to Twitter, and then you can choose your category that you're going to live stream on YouTube. So there's just so many incredible features with EcammLive. Let me remind you guys again of the link. You just go to ileane.link/EcammLive. And this has been your Learn to Live Stream with Miss Eileen using EcammLive. If you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm on all the social media networks. Just search for ILEANE. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Peace. And for those of you who are here live, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere yet. And Happy New Year to Rob Fuzz. How are you? Oh gosh, I am so glad to see you. And congrats, Rob. I saw that you have reached another milestone in your subscriber count here on YouTube. And Cigar Ralphie, my buddy from over on Anchor. Hey, how you doing, Ralphie? And Ruth from What's the 411 TV and so many other news outlets. And Friar Wade is here. Hashtag 2 taps. All done. Thank you so much. And Friar Wade, he uses Ecamm, so he's really excited that, like I said, we normally would have to have all these other third-party tools opened up just to do the screen sharing with the phone. So I just absolutely love that now this is so seamless. You have to have a Mac in order to use Ecamm, but when you do, you have one powerful tool at your fingertips. And I see that you guys are all saying hi to each other. And Cigar Ralphie is saying he loves it. Yeah. And I think you have a Mac too, Ralphie. And I just want to encourage you guys, because I know that the price is going up on this EcammLive. So definitely head over to my link, to ileane.link/EcammLive. That's Ecamm with 2 M's. Because once they are thinking about moving over to the subscription-based model, some of these other third-party apps that we can go live, especially Facebook, right? There's Streamyard. There's BeLive, which is very popular. There's another one called Stage 10. And there's a few of them that you can use. But they're on a monthly subscription basis. Okay, EcammLive is one-time purchase. You purchase that and then you always have it. But these guys are starting to get wise. They have one of the most powerful tools out here. And when I say starting to get wise, I don't mean it. They're very intelligent guys. But I think they were being, too nice to the community. And they knew that they needed to bring in more features into the app. And so now there is really no app in this price point that compares to EcammLive. Now, there's other tools that are much more expensive, like Wirecast and all of that. But, outrageous prices. But EcammLive is going to switch over to that subscription-based model. Now, they didn't give a date, but I heard that they were working on the first quarter. And if you can see how these guys iterate and come up with all these different features, when they say they're going to have a feature, it's not long before it happens. So if they said first quarter, yeah, I would think probably even before March, maybe sometime in February is when they start maybe launching it, because it is going to be a different business model for them. And I'm just hoping that I can still be an affiliate, because it's one of my favorite products, in case anybody hasn't noticed by now. So there's another exciting feature, and I'm not actually going to demo this feature. I'm just going to tell you about it, because I just don't want to, I had some problems with my computer before, so I just don't want to blow things up over here, because it's really awesome. They now have the ability for Ecamm to be recognized as a camera on your system. So what does that mean? You know, when you go live, let's use BeLive, for example. You go live on BeLive, it tells you to choose your camera. You can choose your webcam, or you can, your FaceTime built-in cam. But now you're going to also see Ecamm on that list as a virtual camera. So all the cool things that I can do inside of Ecamm, you're also going to be able to do in BeLive, in Streamyard, in Stage 10, all these other apps, because Ecamm is going to be your camera. So cool. Two of the other use cases that I definitely want to mention, because I know a lot of folks like to use Zoom. Okay, but Zoom doesn't have all the cool features of Ecamm. But because Ecamm is going to be a camera, you're going to be able to do all the cool stuff with Ecamm right inside of Zoom, as well as Skype. I saved Skype for last because that's not my favorite. So here is just a little quick demo. I do have my phone here. Let's see, I think I have to put them both up at the same time. Let me remember how I need to do this. Remember, this is brand new, guys. So, select all. That's what I needed to do. And then change which one is picture in picture. There you go. I'm just getting used to it. That's why I pre-recorded that piece at the beginning, because, there's a couple of little tips that you have to really remember. And when you're actually doing all of this, oh my goodness. So, yes, I've used this feature from Ecamm with BeLive live streams. All right. Thanks for letting us know that you've already tested it out, Friar Wade. I did a little test over in the Facebook group that I have for patrons. Did you see that, Friar Wade? I did a little test with using Streamyard, because I don't have BeLive. I was a huge fan of BeLive when it first came out. And then, when I found Ecamm, I just fell in love with Ecamm. And nothing against BeLive. BeLive is still an incredibly powerful tool. But I just kind of, I didn't have time for BeLive. And Friar said, it works great. Yes. And like I said, I used Streamyard. And then Beauty Bubble is here, guys. So everybody say hi to Beauty Bubble. And I think I've told you guys this before, but just to make sure that everybody here knows that when you're in the chat, this is one big community. Make sure that you guys are all following each other. You click on those three dots, and then you click go to channel. Go to each and everyone's channel here, and subscribe, connect with each other, and that's how you build community. Rob is here, and Cigar Ralphie, and Ruth from What's the 411 TV. Friar Wade is here, and as well as Beauty Bubble. And you guys all, and then Larry Snow's in the house too. Hey, Larry, great to see you. So now with the virtual cam, is the other day, one of the twins, because there's two twin brothers. Well, saying two twins is kind of silly, right? Twin brothers, Ken and Glenn. They're the ones who do the developing on Ecamm. They are so smart. And what happens is, I think the one brother seems to get on camera more than the other. So Glenn is the one that usually comes on cam. And so I knew that they were brothers and all that, but it wasn't until the one time when I saw Ken come on, and I thought it was Glenn. And then I said, oh my gosh, they're identical twins. The haircut is a little different in their profile pics, so that's how you can, easily tell the difference. But I think the goal may be for them to, and this is just my speculation, that once they switch over to the subscription model, that they'll probably start hiring some more developers. And I don't know that it's ever going to come to PC, because I know that's one of the biggest things that everybody wants. But these guys have been Mac developers for 11 years. They started developing the Ecamm call recorder, which has been famous for working with Skype, and podcasters have used Ecamm call recorder for ages. You know, now Skype has this built-in recording. I haven't heard a lot of people really talking about that. It was really fantastic, but I guess that's okay. But anyway, with the Ecamm call recorder, I used to always say, wow, I can't wait till I get a Mac so I can use the Ecamm call recorder. And it was like, by the time I got my Mac, because this was years in the making, I finally got my Mac, and I was like, I don't like Skype. So Ecamm call recorder, it was kind of like, It really was no big deal. But one thing that I do like is, as I was saying earlier about the virtual cam, I'm not using a virtual cam right now, but if I were to use StreamYard and use Ecamm as the virtual cam, I would not need Skype to bring people in on the conversation. So let's see if there's some other things being said here. Beauty Bubble said, you know, we're all the interesting and cool people. Blessings. All right. Thank you. Thank you. And I noticed EcammLive is double the price from when we first purchased it. Yes, because folks were telling them that their price was too low. In fact, I purchased it when it was $40. And it was $40 for a lot of months. And I don't think it was quite a year. But I remember seeing the live streaming pros. You know, you guys probably follow them too. Laria Petrucci and David Foster. And the first time they demoed the EcammLive, and I'd had it for maybe a couple of months before I saw their demo. And they said, oh, we told them that, oh, you guys got to charge more money. And I'm thinking, well, if those guys told them that, there's got to be a lot of people telling them that, right? And so not too long after that, they increased the price. They doubled the price. But, I mean, you know, sales have not slowed down. And like I said, they're getting ready to now switch over to a new pricing model. However, this is why I'm encouraging you guys to get in on it now, because we're all going to be grandfathered in, and we're not going to have to worry about that monthly subscription. That's one of the reasons why I kind of, you know, don't use BeLive anymore. Let's just put it mildly. I don't use BeLive anymore for that reason. And I thought, why would I pay a monthly subscription when I can just pay the one-time fee for this EcammLive? But this one-time fee is going to go away. So you guys are lucky. At least you're hearing about it now. I don't want you to be kicking yourself 6 months from now saying, darn it, I should have listened to Eileen. See, the one thing that makes this special above all those other apps that I mentioned today is that you can also do record only. That's how I prepared that video that you saw at the beginning of this live stream. I recorded it right on Ecamm and using all the cool features. You know, I did do a little editing, and I used ScreenFlow for that. And let me tell you, ScreenFlow gave me a major headache this morning. I had to go outside and blow off some steam because ScreenFlow was driving me a little nuts. But EcammLive doesn't really have editing in there for videos, but it has the pause button. And when they first came out with the record only mode, I think I was the first one that said, I need a pause button. And because a lot of times when I'm saying something, I'm like, oh no, I need to say it a different way, or I stumbled or stuttered over my words. And so I wanted the pause button. So when they added that, I was like, oh, this is perfect. But now, because I have ScreenFlow, a lot of times I could hit the pause button, but I don't have to because I know I can edit it out in ScreenFlow. Well, this morning, y'all, I wish I used that pause button a lot more, because ScreenFlow, another piece of software that costs It costs around 100. I don't want to quote the price of ScreenFlow. And normally it works very well for me. But when they have a major update, minor updates they don't charge for. But when they have a major update, they charge you to update. So, I understand. I get it. There's only so many customers that, especially a Mac app can have. Because a lot of folks don't have Macs, or they're just not into doing video, or they're using the Adobe suite of products. But since they have a limited pool of potential customers, they do have to tap back into that pool by adding an upgrade or adding some other cool feature. Tomorrow, I'm going to be premiering a video over on Facebook that I used ScreenFlow for, and I added some B-roll and all that stuff, all that cool stuff you can do on pre-recorded videos with ScreenFlow. And Larry's saying something about Camtasia. Camtasia charges for updates as well. Yeah. And so it's something that we kind of got to get used to, but this is why I'm really trying to make an impression on you guys. If you don't have it, even if you're not doing a lot of live streaming, get this app. If you have a Mac, get this app, because there's just no telling the updates and what you're going to be able to use it. Now, I could be using green screen right now. Of course, I've got a video here to show in fact, I even did the unboxing of the green screen, set up the green screen and all that. It's just that when I move my desk a certain way, and then, so now with the green screen, I should have probably used a green screen today. Because now, remember, I told you can use Ecamm as the virtual cam. So even when you're being interviewed, because that's one reason why I put the green screen away, because I was being interviewed. You guys probably saw that Ross Brand. I was on his show twice, in fact. We had so much fun talking about live streaming and, the whole podcasting, everything. But anyway, now, with this new iteration of Ecamm, I can use that green screen and still go on someone else's show to be interviewed and still use the green screen. And even they will see that background that I have up, which is really, really cool. That's going to blow your mind. When I do that. Okay, let's see. Ruth said, just saw that the price of EcammLive is $79. That is a steal, if that's true. It is. It is a steal. And, like I said, even with the green screen functionality. And if you don't have a green screen, you can get one of those backdrops. They're very affordable. And I think some people even go to Home Depot or something like that. And I'm not sure how they do the green part. Maybe they have to spray paint it. I don't know. But I actually have the Elgato green screen. I know Larry, who's here, he has it as well. Friar Wade, who's here, he has it as well. And it's super convenient. It's a little pricey, though. It actually costs more than the software. It's like $150. Oh, as a matter of fact, guys, I put together some of my tools and things that I use, and not most of them are paid tools. I put them together and start using a site called Kit. And I'm going to type that link in here for my kit. So even though it is some stuff that's on Amazon, it's mixed in with other products so that you can see like all my live streaming stuff. So it would be the webcam and the mics and the software and all that stuff in together, because of course I couldn't focus on EcammLive over on Amazon, right? So I have Kit, and that's kit.com/Eileen. And, you can follow each other's kits. In fact, I saw that Friar Wade added something to his kit the other day. So I went over there and liked it. And, it's great to put these kits together. I have one for podcasting. I have one for live streaming. And I think I have another one. I also, even on Amazon, let me bring that up. On Amazon, I also have put a kit together with beauty products. Even though, I'm not real big on all the beauty products and beauty tutorials and all that. But I tell you, when there was an app out called Busker that I was using, with Busker, I decided that I was going to just live stream about everything that wasn't tech. So I did a few streams. This is, we're going back like 2.5, 3 years now, right? So I did some streams that were totally not related to tech. I had so much fun talking about my little beauty products and talking about, like, I took everybody for a car wash one day, little things like that. So let me just go over to my kit and screen share that for you guys. And I see my friend Aunt Capone is here. Hey, Aunt. And just so you guys know, I am waiting for my daughter, my designer, to redo my banner, my YouTube banner. So that's why it's time for a change, but I just didn't get it yet. Okay, here we go. This is what the kit looks like. And okay, so I have live streamers, podcasters, and social superstar kits. And of course, I got to put more things in all these kits, but let's just look at the live streamers kit. I think this one has probably the most items in here. My Stream Deck, I gotta tell you guys, I love my Stream Deck. That's another thing that I invested money in that I am not regretting, not for 1 minute. The Stream Deck and the green screen. The Audio Technica mic, I did try another mic and things didn't work out that well, but I have my Ecamm in here and even my Streamyard, because Streamyard is my second favorite after Ecamm. And then this webcam, for years I always loved that Logitech C920, but when I started using this BRIO, I saw the advantages of that. Let's see if I can get a little picture-in-picture going here. Let's see if I can do maybe a round one. Oh, it's awfully big. It's okay, we'll resize it down. Let me find the handle there to resize it. Yay, that looks much better. But this Logitech BRIO, I don't have to have as many lights. And I just feels like I have a little bit more control. But I could always pull that C920 out and be just as confident and feel that it was doing just as good of a job. And I know some folks use the 922 as well. And now this Restream.io, I like Restream.io, but I got to tell you, I've heard some people complaining about their Facebook comments not coming through. I've actually don't use it for Facebook, so it doesn't bother me. But wait, hang on, let me just put some more of you guys' comments up, because I see the Royal Fam is here. Hey, 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 how are you? I see you changed your avatar too. And sorry to be tardy. No, that's okay. You're never late. You're always on time. Aunt Capone. Aunt Capone, Aunt Capone, Aunt Capone. Let's get it on. That's a little ditty I made up for Aunt Capone. Speaking of Elgato, did you know that Elgato was acquired by Corsair? Yes, they were acquired by Corsair like 2 days after I bought the Stream Deck, or maybe they just announced it like 2 days after I bought it. But Corsair never, I don't know who they are. Same way I really didn't know who Elgato was. So it was like 6 in one hand, half a dozen other. I don't know Elgato. I don't know Corsair. I don't even really have a relationship with either company, but I did. Now, let me tell you this about Elgato. They have a phone. You can literally call somebody and talk to them on the phone. and they will help you with your questions. Because I had some question. I don't even remember what the question was now. I had some question about the Stream Deck. Called up. The guy stayed on the phone with me a good 20, 25 minutes. So customer support is, why you pay the big bucks. Ruth says, I don't have a Mac, but I think I might purchase EcammLive to be grandfather and just in case I purchase a Mac. Yeah, because you just never know, Ruth. And, you may even find somebody that you want to gift it to, or somebody on your team may have that Mac. And then you could gift it to them, and or you get somebody on your team that has the Mac. And ScreenFlow starts at $129. Other packages are available up to $209. Yeah, and that was the upgrade that I was talking about. Or I'm glad you brought that up, Friar Wade. This last upgrade is where they added in this library of B-roll and other content. There's, sound effects and all that you can put in, and music tracks that you can bring into that. I haven't used the music tracks or the sound effects yet, but I have used some of the B-roll footage, which is, like I said, I'm going to this premiere, I had to think of the word, premiere on Facebook tomorrow morning, by the way. And what's the premiere about? I forgot. I create so much content, guys. I literally have to look in there and see what that premiere is going to be about. Oh, I know what it was. I took an old YouTube video, updated it by deleting some parts that no longer are relevant. And I love when you guys are saying hi and Happy New Year to one another. And what's the Stream Deck and what does it do exactly? Very good question. So let's see if I can do a little bit of it. It's a little messy over here on this side, but what the heck? We're among friends. This NDI. Okay. Hang on. Oh, I'm going to use my phone and the NDI. And it's going to be kind of hard, a little awkward for me to do this, but I'm going to try my best. This is the Stream Deck. And with the Stream Deck, you see the various keys there that, for example, if I want to post that comment into the chat, I just posted it again. About 2 taps. Thanks for joining. Please tap the like button and share this video with your friend. Hashtag 2 taps. That's programmed into the Stream Deck. Now, if I was on Twitch, you see the purple one there. That would be similar message on Twitch. My Ecamm, opening it up, closing it up. Then also there's Twitter. And then, so the Stream Deck is like having a second keyboard. But that keyboard is programmed based on shortcut keys or hotkeys. Okay? So it doesn't have to be just used for live streaming. You can also use it like I was talking about ScreenFlow, right? You can also set up the hotkeys for ScreenFlow for when you want to trim or when you want to add in or when it's because there's all shortcuts or hotkeys. And all you have to do is tell the Stream Deck, you open up the Stream Deck software and tell it what you want it to do. Open programs, close programs, a whole bunch of stuff. Is so cool. I'll tell you one of my latest ones. Okay, let me show you that. I love this one, guys. It's so simple. But, all right, let me get it over there first, and then I'll show you. All right, see this one at the bottom where it says mute and unmute? Yeah, that's for Chrome. And I had to do some research because Chrome, when you're live streaming, you want to make sure that your tabs are muted. However, Chrome doesn't have a shortcut key for muting tabs. So I had to do some research. And I found a Chrome extension. You guys are so lucky. You're getting the goodie, the nitty gritty, because I may wind up editing this video down. So only the live folks who are live here right now get to see that. And let me see if I can find the link to it. Manage extensions, remove from Chrome, hide in Chrome menu, options, mute Chrome shortcuts. Okay, that's giving me the link. So once I was able to find the keyboard command, well, I didn't find it. These people who created this extension, they're the ones who are behind all of that. Let's see if I can show it to you right quick. All right. Because like I said, Chrome doesn't have a keyboard shortcut, which is unfortunate. I don't know if any of you guys remember when I went on live on the TubeBuddy channel. Got a little nervous and made a rookie mistake. It wasn't that. I wasn't really nervous. I just got, I don't know, a little disoriented because I was going live on their channel. And I forgot to mute the tab because I always keep that tab open. I forgot to mute it. All right. And so then I had to fumble around, make sure I'm muting the right tab. You got to make sure you click the right one up at the top. Then you got to click again. You got a shortcut click. Sometimes that shortcut click doesn't work to mute it or unmute it. But this is a little bit of a lifesaver for me because all I have to do is push. It has to be the active tab. Okay, it does have to be the active tab. And then all you have to do is mute and unmute. Because as you guys know, especially you guys that live stream all the time, you know that once you start muting a certain tab inside of Chrome, when Chrome opens that tab up again, it's muted again. So now you're not live streaming, right? But yet the tab is still muted. You're like, you getting ready to hunker down and watch a YouTube video, and then you're like, oh, it's muted. And so it's like, so no problem for me. Never fear. Smith is here with her Stream Deck over on the right. Bam. And then unmute that or mute it, whatever the case may be. So really cool extension for Chrome. And Beauty says, I did my 2 taps. Did you? Thank you, Beauty. And Royal Family said, wow, super cool. Yeah. So the Stream Deck is, you know, this can be used with a PC as well. And Photoshop is another great program because Photoshop is all about the keyboard shortcuts because there's so many commands in Photoshop. So only problem is I haven't set it back up for Photoshop because if you guys, some of you guys may remember that my system crashed and I had to get it rebuilt and all that good stuff. And so at the same time, Mojave upgrade came and I had already created a profile and downloaded that profile and all that stuff. And I shared it over in the EcammLive group, right? But because the system, Mojave, got upgraded, I'm really getting down into the weeds, but some of y'all know what I'm talking about. But because of that, I could not import that profile and use it again. And they said, you know, send us an email over our support and and I just didn't do it yet. It's like, not one of the things that's high on my, what I need to worry about, like me spinning around this necklace to make sure. That's high on my priority list. And I was messing with this piece of hair, and Mr. Rodney said, just go live, B. Just go live. Okay, Mr. Rod. Good point. All right, guys. So let's see. Anything else that I can tell you about Ecamm? Let me just look up here. Oh, the cross-posting to Facebook pages. That's really what the title of this I guess it's kind of not really clickbait because it is. We are talking about the cross posting right now. We're going to talk about it. And I showed the video in the beginning, but some of you guys may not have been here. So let's see what I can do now and try to screen share the right screen. I probably won't screen share the right one, but just bear with me. All right, EcammLive. Preferences. It's really important, these preferences. Honey, when they introduced these preferences, not that long ago, I kind of thought, oh, wow, people are definitely going to need to know how to use this preference window, because the folks in the beta group are power users. I mean, we got people in that group that are having live concerts with multiple cameras switching. They're doing new style broadcast, with all the things going on in the back, using the green screen. And I mean, whew. They got some high-tech stuff going on over there, and they're not using webcams. They're using cameras, the expensive ones. And sometimes the conversation is even over my head, but I just try to hang around like maybe I'll pick up something and learn something. One day I'll get a big boy camera. But anyway, so they decided, because they were adding so many different features, they decided to come up with this preferences window. And I think this was a brilliant idea to make it easier for us to go in here before you even start your show, or your live, or if you're doing the recording, which most people are going to be using this just to go live. But you can, I see people asking questions all the time. The other day, someone said, I want to be able to show my cursor. Well, it's right here. You can include your cursor like you guys are seeing my cursor now. And if I wanted to make it bigger, I just make it gigantic if I want to. Of course, I don't want to. I can show the mouse clicks if I want to or not. Some of these things, you really need to just play around with it. So it's good if you have a group, a Facebook group you can go into, or if you even want to do it on your page and just let folks know I'm experimenting with all this stuff like I do here on YouTube and wherever. But the thing that I want to talk about is this Facebook cross-posting. Cross-posting, really cool that you can be live on all of your pages at the same time. Now, you see I have, you don't see, but there's multiple pages on this little pull down here. My basic blog tips is the one that I would cross-post on, but my business page that I would primarily go live on is my Eileen page. But when I go live in this Ecamm, it automatically goes live on the Eileen page and brings in the comments from the Eileen page and all that. Because it can't bring comments from two different Facebook pages, unfortunately. And I know people try to work around that, but that's not going to happen. I can tell you that right now. You have to have your phone or your iPad or a second tab open to monitor the comments from the other page, okay? If that's the way you want to do it. But still, being live in both places puts that content on both pages, and now you don't have to worry about what am I going to post on that other page today, So you let folks know that, hey, I'm live, and if you're on the basic blog tips page, come on over to the Eileen Facebook page, which is Miss Eileen Speaks, okay? So you just want to give that call to action, all right? Now, the Stream Deck doesn't post comments on Facebook. Facebook is kind of bizarre about their comments, so it can't help you with that. But you have to say it as a call to action and let people know, come on over to the other page if you're worried that there's starting to be a lot of comments being left over on the other page that are being left out. Now, for me, because I've been focusing really on the Eileen page. I just wanted to have something out there to let folks know that I do have another page. But I wasn't so much worried about, okay, maybe 5 or 6 comments came in while I was live. It probably wasn't even that many. Probably like 1 or 2. But I just wanted people to know that, yes, there's another page now. That's why you don't see her posting over here as much. And, you don't see as much activity over here because she's on that other page. So that's a way to, get that take advantage of the cross posting is what I was trying to say. Take advantage of that cross posting to different pages. Now, if you're someone who is managing other folks' pages, like I mentioned that some of my daughter's pages are in there, but they're just there. I don't really post over there to them. I used to, but she's got staff now that does that. Then that will be an opportunity for me to do that as well. So, and it's like I said, it's not an extra step. You're literally live on both pages at the same time. And I don't know any of these other softwares that these third-party apps, the ones that I use, like Stage 10 and Streamyard, and I'll say BeLive as well, because I have used BeLive. I don't know that they let you cross-post into more than one page at a time. If anybody knows, please type into the chat and let us know, because I think this is a big plus for Ecamm. Okay, so let's see. What else do they have going on here? I have a list of all the updates that they made. They make so many. Sometimes I can't keep up. Okay, let's see. Hang on. The virtual camera, support for automatically presenting a connected iPhone or iPad. I showed you guys that. Picture-in-picture when the camera source mode. Yeah, so you can switch around that picture-in-picture. And another thing, even though I mentioned about Skype, and me not being a big fan of Skype, most people use Skype for conferencing, and especially podcasters using it for their, doing interviews. This works so seamlessly now with Skype because I used to have to call the person, and now it just automatically brings the person in. So that is amazing. Okay, add buttons on the camera switcher for adding and removing camera inputs, so I could have 3 phones or cameras if I had the different webcams and or actual cameras. And I can do all that switching because there's switchboard and then there's switcher. Those programs all cost a nice penny, a nice coin, right? But you don't have to worry about that with Ecamm. You can do all switching you want right in Ecamm. You don't need switcher, and I like switcher. Switcher's cool, and Switcher has a mobile app. That's one thing Ecamm does not have, is a mobile app. However, your guests can still come in on mobile through Skype. Okay, so your guests can come in on their mobile. All right, and like I said, now that it's a virtual camera, that's just extending all the possibilities that I haven't even been able to explore yet. Because like I said, if I'm in StreamYard and yet using Ecamm as the virtual cam, I can bring in guests in StreamYard. And I don't know if things would explode if I also bring in somebody from Skype. And that sounds confusing, but I bet before this month is out, you're going to see somebody doing that, because it's a really cool way to get more people in on cam, and also just to show off all that can be done with this app. Okay, so they also added, I mentioned the NDI, and you guys saw me show the Stream Deck using NDI, but I didn't tell you guys what the NDI is. NDI It's actually technology, but the company is New Tech. And a lot of other apps use that technology called NDI and really what it does. And so when you're screen sharing, as you guys saw when I did when I shared the Stream Deck, you notice it didn't look like a camera. I think Larry may remember, and Friar Wade may even remember, when I did some videos where I was talking to Lexi, and I had Lexi set up on a table, but I actually was using the camera app on my phone, and you could see all the camera controls. You could see the stop button, you could see the flip cam icon and all of that. And you don't want folks to see that. But with NDI is meant just to set up a separate camera so you don't see any of the controls. So let me demonstrate that again. And see, I'll use the Stream Deck. Hang on. Let me take this out as a camera here. I'm not sure I'm gonna do it that way. I'm trying to think of the easiest way for me to show you this, because I need to take a screenshot to show you. Let's try it. Okay, that worked. So you can see what it looks like. All right. So I airdropped it over here. Now let me go into, I'll do it as an image overlay, as a matter of fact. Image overlay, not a text overlay, because that's not going to work. All right, and I got to go into my downloads folder. Okay, so now when you take a look at this, you see that there's the flip button up at the top, and you see that there's live. You see all those controls. However, when I actually do the screen share of it, you're not going to see all those controls. Okay. Hang on, and I'm going to try to make it so you don't see all the mess on the other side of the room either. So you don't see the controls, right? Okay. I hope that makes sense. So that's the benefit of the NDI, and it just acts as a as an additional camera that you can use, and not just you doing a screenshot or screen sharing what you have on your phone. It really is acting as a camera. Okay, so that was a nice integration that they made. And adds a finish button to the floating control windows. So that's just to help you when you're ending your broadcast. But for me, I use the Stream Deck to do that in one button push. I absolutely love that. They also added something called live demo mode. Live demo mode, I can actually show you all the windows that I have open to monitor the Stream Deck. I'm sorry, to monitor Ecamm. So let me show you. I really haven't mastered using this live demo mode, but let's see what I can do here. Live demo mode will broadcast your entire screen so that you can show viewers how EcammLive works. Continue? Yes. Oh, okay. I can't see it, but you can see it now. So here's the window for the comments. Here's the window for all the different overlays. For example, I will make my ILEANE overlay. active. And here's the sound levels. This is really important because when I'm playing that movie, like I played a movie at the beginning of this video, the beginning of this live stream, I played a pre-recorded movie. I know some of you guys weren't here. So when I'm playing a movie, I want to make sure that my mic is muted. But what if I was to play a movie and I didn't want the mic muted? So these are the things that we've been working out with those two guys from Ecamm, because you might think, oh, you should always have the thing muted. But no, sometimes you have a movie with no talking on it and you want to narrate what's going on. So it gives you now the option to mute it or unmute it. So those are those features. So now let me turn off live demo mode if I can remember where to find it. Okay. It's weird because for me, nothing changed, but you guys were able to see it, I hope. Okay, let me just go back over here. And it looks like you guys got a little quiet over here in the comments. And so if you don't have any more questions or anything else you want to see with Ecamm, let's see if I went over all the features that I wanted to share with you guys. I think I did. Crash issue with disconnecting. Nope. They fixed this. They fixed that. Add support for Facebook business page automatic cross posting. I already told you guys about that. Support for direct audio output. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Live direct air output to a secondary display or AirPlay device. Now I mentioned Air Server was one of the tools that I had to use until they made this integration where I can just go boop, and now you can see my phone. And when I want to swap them around, now it's on the correct side. Boy, I wish I could do that on some of the other browser-based tools. I want to be able to switch around, because sometimes you bring someone in to your broadcast and then your logo is on top of their head. And it just, to me, it just seems odd. And I wish that I could just flip. And there's not always an easy way to do that. Sometimes you can figure out what to do. Maybe you have to bring the person on full screen and then go back and forth and back and forth. But then sometimes it doesn't work. So Friar Wade says, can you do a sing-along? What do you want to sing, Friar Wade? May old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne. Have you used a PowerPoint or Keynote presentation during a live stream? Yes and no. Great question. And let's see, how can I do this? Not PowerPoint, not Keynote, but I used a PDF that I created in Google Slides and exported it as a PDF. Remember, a lot of my stuff is lost from when my computer crashed. So I'm just looking here to see if I have one still on the computer, and I don't think I do. I do have this women creators thing. Yeah, I did it with this. I do have one. When I was live on stream on TubeBuddy. Okay, first I want to get rid of my my overlay there. So give me a minute. I got to figure out which one it is. Okay, and then let me do screen share. And of course, it's going to be the wrong screen initially, but I'll get it together. Promote your content on social media with TubeBuddy. So now let me get off of picture in picture. Let me just zoom in. So to move things over, center them up. Oh, then I can also make it bigger in here and resize it. So I had, because I was, you know, going on TubeBuddy, right? I did all this resizing that you see me doing now. I did it ahead of time so that everything just fit right in the window. Right now it's not fitting. Let me see if I could just, oh, okay. So there it is. And I think you just have to hit, I don't know, return or shift, or you hit space and it goes to the next, it advances to the next. Because I've never learned how to use Keynote. I know how to use PowerPoint, but remember, I'm on a Mac and I don't have PowerPoint on this Mac, especially since I had the old version from 2010. And I was like, you know what? No, that's not going to work. Or I could have gone to Chrome and to the Google Drive and actually try to navigate it that way. But at the time I was just like, let me just do what I know is going to work. And so I had everything I practiced, which I don't remember what I did, but I practiced so that when I would hit the space bar, it would go to the next slide the way it was supposed to. Not the, or maybe I just scrolled down. I could have just scrolled down, because if I just scroll down in the document, wait a minute, I moved things down now. So that's a darn good question. Yeah, because there's an indicator on the sidebar here on the right hand side that lets you know when you made it to the next slide. But I got a feeling that I probably used a space bar. But I just had everything sized so that, you know, it wasn't as awkward as it looks right now. And so, yeah, I think that that would be a great solution for anything that you might be trying to achieve, Friar. Hopefully that helps. So let me know. Let me know if that's going to be helpful for you, because Google Slides is just so easy to create. And out of all of those Google Documents products that you can use, the ones that are just like Microsoft products, slides, are the easiest for me to use, because when I'm adding images and all that stuff, you don't have to worry about wrapping text. And do I want my text inline? Do I want it to wrap? Do I want this? Do I want it to do that? You don't have to worry about all that. When you're in Google Slides, you just put things exactly where you want them to go. And that's it. So I use that. And also there's a drawing tool. If you do need to like add some arrows or some call outs or something like that, it'll automatically open up. I don't know if it's called Google Draw, but let me see. Let me just go over into that. And I probably need to do a tutorial on this, but to be honest with you, I don't use it a heck of a lot. And I know there's a lot more. And let me come back over here and screen share so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Let me screen share the right thing. Hang on. And I'll make it a little bit bigger. So when you go in here and you can open up a new document, you'll see all these different file types: docs, sheets, slides. The one that I prefer is the slides. And then there's forms and so many different things. You can do Google Sites in here. And then, like I said, drawings is good if you need to do some type of a call out. You make the drawing and then you insert it into the Google slide. So, yeah. And then there's other extensions that you can add. You can go into I guess it's the Chrome Web Store. And these are all the different things that you can add into your Google Drive. So, considering This is why I just absolutely love the stuff that Google has done, even with YouTube. And, they're always giving us tools to make sure that we keep making content. You know they're making money off of us making content, but they give you tools to keep helping you make better content. So Fryer says, I've been using Evernote and just scrolling manually, but if I had some teleprompter software, I could auto scroll. Okay, yeah, you've been talking about the teleprompter. Do you have an iPad? I see a lot of these guys talking about an app, and I don't know how much it costs because I just never investigate that. And then thanks, I'll check out Google Slides or Dance the Electric Slide. Okay, thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'm going to bid you adieu. You see, blame it on Friday Way. He's the one who asked me to do a sing-along. Okay, so let me get something prepared here, because on my exit, first of all, I'd love to thank you all for being here. And, always know that you can contact me. You can email me at ileane.link/contact. You can leave me a voicemail at ileane.link/voicemail. And I'll be back next week. Be sure to watch this video here or the one that Google recommends for you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.